a lot of times men are so busy, especially if you're married to a 10 or 1%er, they're busy. They're fucking working.
I say that all the
right?
time.
They're like making shit happen. So they can't be there to good morning, how the goddess. They're like my favorite post is like this one meme, and I'm gonna find it. It's like what happens when guys see your picture, right?
Yeah.
And the one guy is like, you are the goddess, divine goddess, brought down from light to this earth to share your goodness with the world. And I honor and worship the ground you walk on. The woman like doesn't even say anything to that.
Yeah.
And then the girl, and then the next guy is like, you look cute, little like smiley or something, right? And that's the guy like she's like that like she would maybe kind of think about dating, but like that's her type, but she's not dating him. And then the guy that she is dating does not even double tap, nothing, just scrolls by it, right?
Facts.
Like
that is 100%
it's
accurate.
true. And I'm gonna find the beam because
that is 100%
1,000%. And so women eventually like will take that for a while, just like men can take no sex for a while, but then there's a certain point when they're going to go have sex. Period. Hopefully it's with you, but if not, they're going to find another option, right? So for women, it's the same way. There's only so long that their emotional needs to be seen in their divine feminine energy, and that there's only so long they can go without being ignored. It's like not watering your plant. Eventually it's going to die. This one suffered for a little bit, but we got him good. So like that's with women. If we don't get that like energetic connection of our like divine feminine energy being seen, it's like a charge for us. When I am with a man who's like fully embodied in his divine masculine presence and just his look, and I see like how he looks at me and his energy, it's like ever present, omnipresent, all consuming. He just leads me, and I just like, I'm like drawn to him. I'm like, it's like I can't breathe because that energy is so intoxicating. I like want it, and I'll do anything to get it because it literally is like feeding me. So if a woman can't get that, it's like she literally dies. And you look at women, you can look at their skin, like the texture and tonality of their skin, how like fluid it is and how supple. You can tell if they're receiving that and if they're having like orgasms.
Really?
Yeah. Because remember, an orgasm produces like so many hormones, oxytocin, all these like crazy like serotonin, all these great hormones that flood the body, and it like changes a woman when she's having real deep internal implosive orgasms. It like it's like rewriting her insides, and it comes out. If she's not getting those, you see women who've been like married and they're just like they're like neglected. They look like those animals in the pound. They're like the ones that are like in the corner, like all like like that, you know, and everyone, they walk by them and they go to which one? The little like happy puppy dog that's like, and then they want to take those home. You want to adopt them because they're like cute and cuddly. And that's what happens with women. And you see it, they like shrivel up. And so you got to like bring them back to life. And that's what my retreats do. Like I bring women back to life. I help men step into their like God, divine Shiva power.
What if a woman is having, because a lot of times I hear women today, even if, because see, I think that social media is a bit of a myth for the normal person, right? Not so much
Describe like normal.
Okay, so just the girl that got 200-300 followers on Instagram.
Okay.
Overwhelmingly, the majority of them are her family. You know,
her colleagues.
Yeah, she's just a regular person.
Group.
She don't really, yeah, exactly, and she don't post a lot.
Yeah.
But she's probably, you know, going through and looking at other people's stuff and stuff.
Yeah,
like
like
that, right?
saving Pinterest recipes and things.
Yeah, and so for the woman
for casseroles
that is not highlighted.
Hey, my parents are from the Midwest. I know what a casserole is.
The woman that's not highlighted as much in social media, but she may be like the silent majority of what women
like
women
represent, like what they represent. Mm-hmm.
So for her, she may not be getting as much visibility, or her DMs is not necessarily popping, because we know that social media is a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Even though I'm the type of person that likes to go out, I travel, I interact, I go to the local spaces, I see what's going on in the community. So I'm visible, right? Mm-hmm. But for the normal everyday woman that may not be as visible, but then she don't have as much of a presence on social media or something like that, she may not be as noticed, so she may not have as many interactions with men or relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does she then snap out of that, especially when she doesn't have, I'm assuming, as many sexual interactions because she doesn't get as much attention, right? Or she may not be in a relationship.
I mean, I think a lot of times, excuse me, I just drank that bubbly water. They don't, like, these women don't really, like, they end up becoming like, because there's someone for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my girlfriend was showing me this show about the 700-pound woman and her sister, and
they always have a
they're
man.
married
That's
and
crazy.
kids, and I was like,
It's insane.
that's insane, like wild to me, and like loving husband, so there's
Yeah.
someone for everyone. Let me tell you, okay?
I agree.
So they end up getting wiped up or knocked up, and so then they're like someone's, raising kids, and they kind of just become like a wallflower, like they're just like there, but they're not really there. They're not really being nurtured.
Yeah.
And it's so important for women to be nurtured because our bodies are so different from y'all's. Like our hormones have to be stimulated so that we keep our youth.
Yeah.
Like, you guys age in reverse. Like, you guys start looking better as you get older.
Yeah.
Your testosterone, you really start like getting like, if you're in your 20s and you're hot, like maybe you probably won't be as hot later. I swear that's a thing.
Well, yeah.
Or you're going to go really hot. But like, it's almost like the people that didn't look so great, but then worked on themselves, and you get older, you see them, you're like, whoa. Like,
I think that money factors into that a little bit also.
It is money.
Because guys, they don't really reach the top earning, their top earning potential until much, much, much later in life, which then gives them options to be able to do a lot more things and, even take care of themselves a little bit differently.
Hit the gym and things like that. Because if you're working a 9 to 5, or you're not even 9 to 5, like a factory job or whatever, I don't even know what people work, but like whatever real jobs that we need.
The blue collar jobs.
Yeah, you're probably not, when you get off work, you want to go to bed.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that's
you get
about
your
right.
dick sucked and go to bed. But we
Yeah.
know that's not happening probably for most guys.
Overwhelmingly.
Because
I
women
agree.
are not sucking dick anymore.
Which is crazy to me.
Like, not even in marriage.
And I have a question for that, but I want you to finish your thought. Go ahead.
So then they're certainly not like, 24-hour fitness, here I come. They're getting a 6-pack and, whatever. It's real weird food that they put in the microwave and stuff like that. Like, just sad diet, standard American diet,
Yep.
right? That's their life.
Yep.
So you're right. If you have more resources, then you're like, hey, you realize it's kind of sad, because it's like, if you know, and if you don't know, then you're just fucking lost.
I agree. Yep.
You're in the cycle. You're in the matrix.
Yeah.
That movie, I don't think people realize like
No,
how
it's real.
transformational that movie
It really
was.
is. It's a
Shout
really,
out to Keanu Reeves. I always love that movie.
It's a real thing.
Had a thing for him.